Hey, Gatekeepers! Welcome back to Weekly Soap Chronicles. Well, Winterfest has come and gone, and it was a little lackluster for me. Nothing really even happened. We didn't see any speeches. I thought Anita was supposed to be making some announcement. That didn't happen. And really, no real drama. Okay? Y'all let me know what y'all thought about Winterfest as a whole. But at any rate, I move on. Sharon and Tracy show up, and Anita informs them that the proceeds from the event are going towards the mental health of musical artists in honor of Barbara. Okay? And, oh, by the way, Barbara had a baby. What? Yeah. How's she gonna have a baby and we not know about it? Right. Okay. But nope, my lawyer has confirmed. Okay. Side note, what lawyer was this? The same one that didn't tell you that all of Barbara's relatives had passed away and she had a baby? That lawyer? Okay. That's a whole nother storyline about Leslie's parentage. That's for another video. I'll move on. But then I guess the lawyers wouldn't know if Peaches was the one that raised her. Okay, but they knew that Barbara was not here with us no more. I don't know. Again, another storyline. Any rate, the jealousy meter was on 10. We had Bill glaring at Danny and Andre the entire night. Danny floating around like a butterfly. She happier than happy. Bill gonna make a comment to Andre and tell him, you better treat that lady right. And of course, Andre is like, you don't need to tell me how to treat her. I know what I'm doing. Okay? Then we got Danny talking to Ashley. Ashley, oh, did he tell you that he kicked me to the curb on our last conversation? Okay. He did tell me in no uncertain terms that he was in love with you and that I had no chance. Okay. Just so you know that. Okay. Meanwhile, Hayley is bored and not really wanting to be there. She say a few words to Isaiah. And again, another side note, why they got her looking at Isaiah when Isaiah don't have no money? That's the $64,000 question that's on every fan's mind at this point. Plus, she's supposed to be busy trying to take Bill out so she can get her $10 million payout. Okay. Then we got Ted, who's jealous of Dr. Rollins, Nicole's date. Turns out the two of them met each other at some medical convention some time ago. Okay. Vanessa, who was the highlight of the episode, where she was drunker than that thing because she is pissed that Joey would not come and be her date. Okay. And as Ted was leading her out of the place, she stuck her tongue out at Leslie because she had mentioned how Leslie was there in high society, even though she done tried to unalive somebody on a couple of occasions. And then speaking of that, why do they have Leslie intimidating Laura every time they get together? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody in the whole town knows that she tried to take Laura out. Don't you think that she would be trying to stay away from Laura to keep the suspicion off of her? But maybe that's just me. Gatekeepers, y'all let me know what y'all feel about that. And of course, they are still trying to make us believe that Vernon and Sharon are having an affair. So much so that Leslie tells Detective Marcel that, ooh, something is getting ready to pop off here tonight at this event. Okay, nothing happened. Okay, so that was Winterfest pretty much in a nutshell. Okay? And then we had no shows. One being Martin and Smitty and the family. Okay, they didn't come. Don't know why they didn't show. And then Chelsea didn't come because she was under the weather. And of course, Kat didn't come. And we all know why Kat didn't come. Because Ted was bringing Eva as his +1. And again, I'm so tired of that Kat and Eva storyline. I just don't like it. Meanwhile, Tomas the mannequin has asked Kat to move in with him, and surprisingly, she said no. Especially considering how much in love they are with each other now. Okay, which is like, ugh. So we move on to the next episode where little Miss Hayley is in panic mode because she gets to the office and Bill is at a doctor's appointment that she didn't know about. Of course, Caroline was like, look, if you answered your phone and was more available, you would have known. Okay? And of course, Hayley is like, but I'm his wife. I should know about all his appointments and blah, blah, blah. Okay? I'm his wife, that she likes to say all the time. She's afraid that if they run some tests, they may find the poison in his system. So she calls Randy up and she's like, hey, the stuff that your guy gave you, is it going to show up in his blood test? Because I can't have that. And Randy reassures her that his guy knows what he's doing. And the poison is tasteless, odorless, and undetectable in a blood test. Okay? Now, that's some good stuff if it gets down to the fact that it don't even show up on the blood test. Okay? But it was funny when Randy gets off the phone and he tells Joey that, oh, I got to take care of my cousin or a friend of mine named Cookie because she having car trouble. And then Joey say, yeah, tell Miss Hamilton I said hello. Because Joey is like, you ain't fooling nobody, especially me. Over at the hospital, Bill is being checked out by Madison, who lets him know that everything is looking good. Blood test is coming back clean, but we still waiting on some more lab results. But for the most part, you got a clean bill of health considering somebody that just had a stroke not too long ago. Anyway, Anita has been making several trips to the hospital. And this time, she was taking a vision test. Okay, before that, it was a bone density test. It was a mammogram. And then my thing is, how come she can't have all these tests done in one day? Okay? But at the end of the episode, she does get a call from a doctor saying that they got some test results back and they need to talk. So hopefully it's not the C word, but something else is going on with Miss Anita. Anyway, she runs into Bill at the hospital and she just lets him know that, you know, you were a good son-in-law until you wasn't. Okay, basically. You know, and he says to her that he looked at her and Vernon as his family, and especially Vernon as a father figure, because, you know, like I say, he didn't get the same attention and adoration from his own father, but he did get it from Vernon. Okay? But he messed up, okay, by fooling around on Danny and marrying the youngest chick that he could find, you know, his daughter's friend. And he just all wrong. So he just out of the loop now. And he wants to really be back in the Dupree's presence. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and another thing about Winterfest, Tracy and Sharon did not get introduced to Leslie. And if she's supposed to be Barbara's daughter, they close dear friend of theirs, why wouldn't they introduce them to her? So, I don't know. Thought that was kind of strange too. Tell me what y'all think about that. Later, Hayley, with her Kill Bill Volume 1 scheme, is moving forward and has been sped up because she is like, look, this is taking too long. So she decides to put an extra amount of poison in the tea. Bill comes back to the office, and the first thing out her mouth is, you want some tea? Okay, and he like, no, because I'm getting ready to go into this meeting and whatever. And she's like, no, you got to drink the tea so you can continue having a clean bill of health when you go to the doctor. And he like, okay, fine. So he starts drinking the tea. She literally puts her hand under the bottom of the cup, like to come on now, drink up. And as he's drinking, and he getting this look on his face like, ooh, this don't taste too good. But he downs it all. And then he gets up and get to stumbling and feeling faint. And the next thing you know, he hollered out, Hayley, and then he falls to the floor. Okay? And that's how that episode ended. So Gatekeepers, y'all tell me what y'all think. Is Bill on his way out of here? Are they gonna find the poison in his system, since she clearly overdosed him this time? And is Anita going to get bad news from this test results? If y'all like this recap, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a recap from Weekly Soap Chronicles. Until next time, Gatekeepers, I'll see you in the next video.